All right. So, let's begin, y'all. So, find MyFitnessPal app. Let's become bosses at tracking. So, when you set your food up for the day, so I kind of set my food out a few days ahead, but like for today, for example. So, at the top, you can tell that all my numbers are good. Don't worry about the calories, but at carbs, fat, and protein, you want plus or minus 5 from 0. So a -5 all the way up to a +5 will be okay. I got my breakfast. You can see my macros at each meal. If you tap where it says breakfast, it will change it to percentages if you want to know your percentage of carbs, fat, and protein. And then you see here's my lunch. Here's my dinner. And then my snacks. And then some of my snacks, the bottom two, the peppers and spinach dip, I actually eat at lunch. But so there's a full day. Now, the fun thing is, when you tap at the top where the nutrients remaining are, that section, tap there, then it will pop up with nutrition, and you can check a little quick view of your protein, carbs. Now, fiber, that third one down, is very important. Now, the first 2 weeks, you'll notice you're probably not going to hit your fiber all up to 25 grams because the carbs are so low. If you could at least throw some beans in there, a little fruit, you'd be at your fiber, no problem. However, because you're already eating a lot of veggies, motility shouldn't be too much of an issue. If it is, let me know. Let's go ahead and we'll X out of that. Actually, if you tap to the left, which says calories, it will kind of show you percentages. You can go to macros. It will give you kind of another percentage outlook. So we'll put next. Now, let's go ahead to a fresh day and start from scratch. So, 7-step how to structure your macros. So if you pull up that how to structure your macros document, and you can kind of look at that as we go through it on this video here. So the first thing I always want people to put in as they structure their day are their protein sources. So we had an email yesterday that kind of talked about list out and brainstorm. What are my top favorite protein sources to eat? What are my top fat sources I like to eat? And what are my top carbs I like to eat? And in this case, again, we only have 50 grams of carbs, so we got to look at mainly veggies. What are my veggies I like the most? Okay, and then you got to get creative. You got to broaden your horizon here. Okay, you are now Chef Emerald. Okay, you can make any awesome creation and make it taste good, and it's going to be good for you. So, set your protein first, step 1. So, at each meal, breakfast, I'm going to add food. And again, you could scan something with the barcode, top right, or search for food. Since I've built up quite a food bank, the nice thing is once you track for a long time, everything you've put in will automatically save, so stuff will just pop up. So I always do egg whites in the morning. You see it pops up right there. I'm going to tap on that. I need to adjust my amount. So here we got 3 tablespoons, which is 48 grams, and number of servings 2. I'm like Gaston here. I eat a lot of eggs, so I'm going to tip, I think I taped about 5 actually. 25 grams of protein. Boom. And then I also like chicken sausage. So again, a lot of your chickens or any kind of really meat, fish, you do about 4 to 6 ounces. So when I do my breakfast sausage, I mean, more the better. Let's see, I can't find it there. I think it's, if I type in Whole Foods, it might come up. There it is. 365, 3.8 ounces. So 2.5 ounces is the typical serving. I adjust my number of servings until I hit about almost 4 ounces. So I'll check mark that. And you'll notice now I got 3.8 ounces of breakfast sausage and I have a serving of egg whites. So I like to make that omelet in the morning, which you saw in the video previously of my daily food diary. So I got my protein set up for breakfast. For lunch, I've been on a habit of chicken. So I get my chicken in here. There it is. I do about 4.4. Again, you can range this. You could do more if you want more chicken. You prefer more protein. at lunch. Can't get in as much at breakfast. That's fine. Play with the serving size a little bit to hit your protein, but for now, just start logging it. All right, dinner. I like the fish. I've been doing tilapia. I already have that set at about, actually, I need to adjust this. Usually I do about 5.6 ounces. So I'm going to set 1.5 serving size of 4 ounces, check. And boom, 6 ounces of tilapia. I'm actually going to back that down a little. I might do 5.6. Oh, too low. Okay, we're going to get this time 1.4 serving size. 5.6. There it is. Okay, now all my protein is logged. Oh, I lied. So there's still some protein left. Now, you don't have to zero out your protein on the first go because you're going to have some protein in your other food sources, but at least just hit each main meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I also like to have as a snack my bone broth protein. There it is, salted caramel. I just do a scoop of that with some almond milk. And again, I weigh the almond milk. Everything's weighed. Same thing with the scoops. I weigh that. I don't just take a scoop and throw it in. All right, so now I have my protein set the way I usually typically like it. So if you want to do a protein scoop, and then again, have some protein at each meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I usually maximize protein at breakfast because I work out in the morning. So I usually have more protein and carbs centered on my breakfast. Okay, so that's step 1. Great job. Step 2, enter in veggies for the day. All right, so again, I've been kind of doing the omelet deal. Let's see, I like to do spinach. And you can do however much, oh, that's the dip. You can do however much spinach you want. Again, 2 cups. The serving size, that's a butt ton of spinach. So just play with that. You know, you can weigh it and see what looks good and then log it in your app in the thing here. Okay, so now for me, okay, my little omelet, boom. So this is kind of already, you see, when you start adding everything and the stuff is paired together at different meals, it'll just pop up below, so it makes it easy. So I do broccoli at my breakfast. I definitely do salsa. I already got my egg whites in there. Oh, yeah, I know I'm going to do some cheese. Peppers for sure, some onion for flavor. Now, the beans at the bottom, I would totally add those, but it'll take me with my carbs. But I'll show you on a different one how we can add a little more carbs. Okay, so breakfast is pretty much squared away at this point. I got some good veggies in. Let me see if I can add some veggies at lunch. You know I can. I like my peppers, those little handheld little peps. Bell pepper. Again, weigh it out. I usually do the full serving size, 164. And then I like to pair that, I don't see it below, with that spinach and kale dip from Trader Joe's. I'm telling you, man, TJ's next level. Again, you can play with your number of serving size to hit your targets. All right, so I got a little veggies there. How about dinner? For sure. I've been doing the skillets again for dinner. So let's see, spinach. Me and Popeye here. We're getting on to our spinach. Boom. And it'll pop up stuff I frequently use. Again, I love the colors of the rainbow, guys. It's not that hard. So veggies, colors. Use your colors. So I got green with my spinach. Peppers, I get the colors of the rainbow. Salsa, I get some red in there. Cheese, boom, I get extra fat. So add that cheese. I'm going to add some onion, a little white, a little blanco. Tilapia, I already have that down. I'm going to check mark that. Okay, so I got some veggies now at every meal. Perfect. Step 3 on your How to Structure Macros doc, enter in fruit for the day. Now, because we're on lower carbs, I will not enter fruit in, but step 3 would typically be that. If I have more carbs to use, I always add fruit at breakfast. So berries are always good. They're high in fiber, high in antioxidants. So blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. As you can see, I usually do, when I have a lot of carbs, I'll do, 100 or even 150 grams of blueberries. So post-workout. But not today. So step 3, typically that's what you would do there. And you could add a fruit at breakfast. If you had more carbs and you've already added enough veggies for the day, you're veggie'd out. You could add more fruit as a snack later at lunch whatever. Okay. 4. Step 4, we have here, enter in foods and snacks you enjoy. I have here example dark chocolate chips. So for me, because I have more fat right now, you will too to start off. I'm going to add food at dinner. I give myself some tea, either green tea or I've been doing this kind of stress relief tea with, typically when I have more carbs, I do dark chocolate chips. Lately, I've been doing these cinnamon honey roasted almonds because I get my fat in there, lower carb. So I treat myself to that and some tea at dinner. Now you can see we were sitting at the top. We got a few carbs, a few protein, a lot of fat left. So what are some of our high fat things? Well, nut butters. We already added some nuts, so we can maybe add some nut butter in here. So you did notice in that first video of my food diary, I like to do some peanut butter pre-workout. Typically, if I have more carbs, I would do more of a, maybe half a bagel or some fruit before. You could also do a scoop of protein and almond milk, half a scoop of protein. That early in the morning, I don't want to chug some protein. Whatever works for you right now. Like I said, I got a lot of fat to use, so I'm going to add peanut butter here. Okay. Now, boom, crushed it. So, the only thing left is 10 grams of fat. So I'm kind of looking, and it says what you can do to be creative. So if it's something like this, where you need a pure fat source, again, butter, olive oil. So what I might do is at dinner, when I cook my fish and kind of my skillet, I'm going to add in some olive oil, just straight olive oil, to the pan. And I need about 10. So I'm going to take this down. Maybe I'll go to 0.8 a serving. Look at that. Boom. Macros hit. Great job. So it's really not that hard. It's intimidating initially, but you go step by step. So, and I actually skipped right there to step number 5. So 4 was enter the snacks you enjoy. And that's when I added the honey roasted cinnamon almonds. When I have more carbs, I'll do dark chocolate chips, or you could add whatever you want. Step 5, add fat sources if you have not met your fat goal yet, which is what I just did. This olive oil was not here just a second ago, so edit, delete. Oh, step 5. Oh, we still have fat left, so I'm going to add a fat source. Add the pure olive oil. Okay. Adjust that. Boom. Fat source done. That was step 5. Step 6, make sure daily fiber goal is hit. So tap on that top, nutrients remaining. Go to nutrients in the middle. Here, okay, fiber is not hit now. Again, be gentle. It's going to be really tough to 25 on these low carbs. As long as you're eating a lot of veggies, I promise you'll poop. I poop every day. And get your water intake. 3 liters of water. Get all your veggies in at every meal. And your snacks if you can. And you'll poop just fine. And when you get more carbs, and you're going to always target veggies first, then fruit, then more processed carbs like bread, bagel. Preferably instead of bread and bagel, though, potatoes, beans. So you're always, when you're hitting your carbs and setting up your food, you're going to go protein number 1, 2, veggies, 3, fruit. 4, you can add some snacks you enjoy. Dark chocolate, I add those almonds. If I have more carbs, I would add beans and sweet potatoes in. Step 5, add your fat. If you haven't hit your fat goal yet, and we kind of polished that off with the olive oil here at the bottom. And then step 6, make sure you hit your fiber goal. You will definitely hit that when you have more carbs, as long as you set your food up like I've instructed. And the last step, step 7, make sure majority of your carbs are pre and post workout for muscle building and recovery. So again, I work out in the morning. So you can see, even though I'm on low carb, most of my carbs are still around breakfast. I have 20.4 grams. Whereas at lunch, it's 10, dinner is 15.5, and snacks are at 2. So still, try to center most of your carbs around when you work out. If that's in the evening, fine. Just center around your afternoon snack, something a little before. Maybe 30 minutes to an hour before. and then eat that snack, go work out, come back, eat dinner. You guys got this, man. Tracking's fun. Look at that. Great job. Now go do it.